Don't mislead with your artwork. Okay, if you can get 8 to 15 in there, if you can't get that many in there, then you can just do it exactly how I just did it right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 6. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do a listing on Merch by Amazon and Redbubble. Double whammy for you. First and foremost, the design. My buddy Tony from Odyssey Rock, he went ahead and created a design based off of my niche ideas video, and we kind of just collabed on this, where I just took his design. He kind of came up with the idea and how I did the research and followed my research steps and created something of his own. And then I went ahead and took that design and how I would create a listing for Merch by Amazon and Redbubble. And I go into detail and explain as best as possible to help you out to make money with your personal design and how you would list it, and kind of give you a better insight. So if you get any value out of this video, give it a freaking thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Let's get into it. So when it comes to designing, I'm no expert, but I understand. That's not my forte, right? I don't know how to create designs. It'll take me like 4 or 5 hours just to make one design, and it'll probably come out looking ugly as shit. So I focus on my research, and that's what I enjoy doing. So it's cool for me and Tony to collab on this and create something, and look what he created, right? It's our logo, Grandma's Tomato Farm, garden fresh, grown with love. And we're going to create the listing, research the keywords, and put it all together and show you exactly how I would put this on Amazon.com or Redbubble. Okay, so all right guys, so I don't have none of this filled out. Obviously you can see right here what I did was come over here to merchresearch.com. okay, it forwards to this domain, but Grandma Garden, and I press search. You can even highlight the phrase, the keywords, and you can even use like the producer and do a search for that. It'll pop up for all the merch shirts over there, or yeah, you can do that too as well, and it'll give you this option over here. Now I'm gonna click this out real fast. You can see it kind of filtered for Grandma's Garden. You can even just use like maybe garden grandma. There's a few different ways because of our design, right? Our design, it says, come back over here. It says Grandma's Tomato Farm. Okay, I'm thinking garden, more of a. I don't think too many people are going to search for Grandma's Tomato Farm. But with that being said, we have to do a search on that, right? Because now I'm thinking a little bit. Got me thinking over here. Let me see, tomato. Is it even popping up? Making sure I spelled that correctly. Yes, it is. Is that even popping up? There's nothing popping up with an auto search, but it's not. Let's see. Let's do a search. Best tomato mom ever. I'm thinking more this would be better for more of like. I love gardening and tomatoes. Okay, Grandma. Okay, here we go. See, but it's my understanding. It's more of like we're focusing more on like a grandma that's gardening. She likes tomatoes. That's the idea that I'm getting from the design. It's a logo design, and that's what I'm kind of tomato whisperer. All right, now see, kind of that's what I'm getting in Gardener. You're gonna see all the keywords too right here. That's popping up with the producer. This is a free tool that you guys can use, but it is spitting out a lot of keywords. But it's good to do this type of stuff when it comes to researching for keywords, because you want to understand who you're targeting, and the better that you target with your design with the keywords, the more likely you're gonna get a conversion, right? So it's just something to think about, right? Now, what I did over here was. Come back over here. It's where I did Grandma Garden, right? That's what I had in right here when I searched it for over here, as you can see, and it popped up over here. Kind of going a little bit off the side track and kind of going down a whole nother rabbit hole, but I'm gonna come over here to the Helium 10 extension, and you can either, there's a few ways you can do this, guys. You can just see what's a consistent seller in this niche and grab that design, but the goal is to kind of figure out a design that's similar or related to who you're going to target, right? The cool thing about this, it just grabs, all the ASINs and stuff like that, and just puts them all nice and pretty for us, and you can filter them by BSR. Now, I'm looking for a design that kind of makes sense of who I'm targeting. So I clicked on this one, and then it brought us over here. Now, I'm looking at this. I'm gonna go down right here. I'm gonna check out this BSR chart. You can see it was uploaded. So that was its first sale. Wasn't uploaded then. Uploaded March of 2020, right? And then we have it's a consistent seller. It's doing look at that. It's doing some numbers, right? So my goal is to see what's going on in this niche, to figure out what we can do as far as keywords and see. And this is how you find new niches too as well. Grandma's gardening, okay. Funny gardener shirts, okay. And then you can mess with this a little bit too as well, as far as show phrases that have, let's say I click here and I type in shirt, right? And I'm gonna start messing with this a little bit. So now you're gonna see funny gardener, okay. Grandma's funny, okay. Gardener, okay. Gardener's a big. Let's see. It seems like gardener's a big search phrase, right? Okay. All right. So I'm kind of getting an idea, and depending on you and with your brand and stuff of your niche, it all depends on you. You're gonna see crazy plant lady pop up, right? Pothead shirt. All right. So we're gonna do. The brand would be funny. I'm gonna cover some of the stuff up. You can see the little drop down popped up right there. I'm gonna cover that up. Can't have you guys spot on my niche. You know what I'm saying? Funny gardener. Let's say it's like totally up to you what you want to do right here. Let's play lover or something like that. Okay. That was just an example, right? You can do anything you want right there. And then I'm going to take this same, depending on your niche, or I don't know if you have a brand, your brand registry, you can do whatever you want right there, right? I'm going to put grandma, tomatoes, tomato, garden, okay? And then you see gardening is popping up too. I'm seeing this right here, gardening. Grab it, put it over here, gardening. So there's different gardener, gardening, garden, and of course, guys, with certain updates that they're doing, you got to be careful with putting gift in there, right? I haven't been putting that anywhere in my listing because it seems like they're kind of just locking down on that as they're updating it, and it's like you get a rejection, right? Some accounts are not doing it, from my understanding, and some are. Okay, so we have 13 characters left right here. Okay, so grandma, funny, tease, women. Okay. Flower garden shirt. Interesting. All right, let's go back and just show all the phrases now. Garden. Vegetable. Is a tomato a vegetable or is it a fruit? Sorry. Let's see. I think it's an argument right there, right? There's an argument right there somewhere. Gardening. And also too, the goal is right here, just to kind of verify this, the goal is to get, exact phrases together. This is why I kind of just started it off with that, right? And then putting that together, and then, someone may search for that, gardening, and then I put this in here too as well, so people can see exactly, like, just adding keywords in there. But you want to get those, if you can put like 2 long tail keywords in here, the better, because it's going to trigger that algorithm if the exact phrase being searched in there. Okay, so just a heads up. But then over time, when the algorithm starts to read it and see that your design's making sales, it will start to push it. As you can see, we're using this reverse ASIN search, just kind of pushing it for different phrases, right? And women seems to be popping up in there a lot. It's not a men's shirt, right? We're not trying to target men, right? It's more of a grandma. So it's like a women's, right? Women. And that's the goal, what we're trying to do. We're trying to put these good keywords in here. Now you're going to see like men's gardening gift. Remember, we can't put gift over here on Merch by Amazon, right? Can't do that. So that's a no. So don't do that. We kind of pretty much covered everything in there, I think, right? Okay. Plant, vegetables popping up again. And also too, if you're unaware, you can just come over here. We'll type in his Google real fast. Tomato, a vegetable. Spring. Are fruits considered fruits? What up? are fruits that are considered vegetables. So do we put fruits and vegetables? It's I don't know. This is like perfect example. Like you're stuck in the middle. If you don't know, then just leave it. Okay. You don't want to be spamming keywords in there that you don't know. But I remember I had a buddy that his family, they had a big garden. When I was growing up as a kid, they had a big garden. And that was a conversation that they always had. And it was funny because all they did was just have their own garden. They had everything you could possibly think about, right? And this is a conversation that came up when I had dinner with them at the table. So yeah, so this, okay, we're done right there, okay? We'll leave that right there. We have the brand, we have the design title, and now we're going to come over here and work in bullet point 1 and bullet point 2, and just copy bullet point 1 and bullet point 2 and put in the description. But yeah, let's work on that. All right, guys, so came up with the bullet point 1, bullet point 2. The grandmothers that love to plant tomatoes in the garden never failed to provide us with some of the delicious vegetables, right? This adorable grandma tomato design is great for anyone who loves gardening, cooking, or likes to have fun with their vegetables. You can see how I used kind of, grandmothers, there's different ways of doing that. So someone searching for a grandmother's design might be looking for this design too as well on a product, right? Now, you can just go ahead and, if you want, just go ahead and just. Some people also too, just heads up, some people are not even doing the bullet point 1, bullet point 2. I tested on a few of my designs, and I do it every so often. If I can't come up with the bullet points, I'm just like, forget it. I'm just gonna put it up, and it sells, guys. Okay, there's nothing to like. You don't have to overthink this as much. Like, I feel like the brand and the title hold the most weight, and then once it starts making sales, right, the algorithm is going to start messing with it and start pushing it out more, as you can see when we looked at one of the top designs in the niche, what it does. Now from here, one of the cool things I love with Productor, right, depends how you're doing this with your other listings and how you're doing them on other marketplaces, right? You can just copy here. We copied this, right? Paste to all. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to paste to every single marketplace for us, which is freaking awesome. Because I would have been copying and pasting all that over here, you know what I'm saying? And then you can also translate if you decide to. I haven't been doing that as much. Done it with a few of them to test them out. But from my understanding and looking, it's all about testing at the end of the day. I know that there's designs that are not in like English, they're in German, or you know what I mean? They're in a different language, okay? Like I'm talking about the complete design. I'm not talking like, I'm actually talking about like, the design right here, what we just did right now. Grandma's tomato farm, right? Talking about that design. And also too, I just seen that too. You might, tomato farm, we might be able to just put that in there, right there, right? Copy, paste, and then it will just, you can see, he'll just paste all that in there for us. You can see, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so translating the designs from English or to a different language or from vice versa, right? It's a whole completely different like video and kind of go into more detail about that. But I've been doing research and I've been getting more sales, getting more traction. I've been testing. I'm all about testing before I even try to talk about it. So I want to test it out to make sure and see the results that I'm getting. And if I'm seeing I'm getting good results, I will definitely, I don't mind translating my designs in different languages, right? I have to find somebody, hey, can you help me make this design look good for the German marketplace, right? And then I'm going to need help with translating. But the cool thing with the Productor, they have like a little tool in here that you can actually click in here. Watch me show you. Real fast. Let me show you. So translate to German. Boom. See that? Pow. So that's pretty cool. So you can do that, right? So yeah, hopefully guys, this is some good information right here that I'm sharing with you guys. All right, so this one right here, this from Odyssey Rock right here, my boy Tony, he created this design down below the description. So Grandma's Tomato Farm, okay, as you see, I'm gonna go ahead and just start selecting and just upload it to all the products. You can see that I don't have it in that format uploaded over here. Cool thing about the Productor, right, I can come over here and do it to all transparent. But with this one, we're gonna make a black background for this one, black background for this one, background for that one, this one, and this one. So let's start off. Let's do with the hoodies. Okay, the pullover hoodie. Where's that thing at? Hoodie. Boom. Okay, and resize it. Then we'll do pop sockety sock. Do a black background, and then phone case. You're gonna do black iPhone, black Samsung, and then that, you know, that tote and that throw pillow. There we go. Pretty much should be all doing it all. There's the hoodie and the zip hoodie. Uploading. Pop sockety. iPhone. That one. Samsung. Ooh. And then that tote bag. There it is. Tote bag and that throw pillow. Well, look good. Just a heads up too, just kind of, you know, just going through the steps and stuff like that, because I know some of you may have some questions. Sometimes, let's say if you just do, come over to the resize, and then you do just the phone case, just say just the general phone case in black. Sometimes it'll cut it off because it'll be like really perfect for the iPhone case, but then it will be cut off by the camera on the Samsung Galaxy. Yeah, so that is that right there. They all look good on products. As far as the colors, men's, women, youth, I will basically just make sure they look good on all dark colors. Obviously, when you go through and you look at some of the thumbnails, they don't look so good. Like the green kind of blends in too much, and it's a little bit better there. But that's pretty much it. Now, since this is more directed towards a grandma, the fitted size, I would leave both of these checked, because I'm going to say like some women may like a men's size shirt, right? So I will leave that check. And the youth, I will leave this, both of these check and leave this one unchecked. But what if it's a little human, right? Did you check it? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you know who you're designing for, you understand who you're designing for, you can obviously, you know, check that if you want, right? But you got to be careful, because some certain designs cannot go on the youth. Like, if, let's say for example, like drinking beer or anything like that, that can't go on there. So you want to be very, very, very careful. And then of course, we going through the whole process right here and just checking all these to make sure these look good on these colors, right? And your price point all depends on you. Me personally, I've been starting it off at $19.95 and $19.99, around there. Depends how I feel. $19.97. It doesn't really matter, but that's just with me, and just, you know, that's starting off right there. And I've been making sales. And the other marketplaces, I try to keep it above like pretty much $18. So let's say, well, it's not $18, it's euros, right? So you do that. So we want to do that. Ooh, do that, right? We're getting more bang for our buck over here, you know, and just trying to keep everything above a certain amount. They do sell. I'm still testing a lot of this out over here, me personally, but they do sell. That's my understanding. So it's all on you and how you want to do this, but pricing at a higher margin, of course, you get more of a royalty. If you're in the lower tier and trying to get out, it doesn't hurt to price really low, because for the most part, you'll double your sales and stuff like that. But also, it depends how you want to do it, right? You do what you want to do, but yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, as a bonus, I'm going to do a Redbubble listing for you guys. So this one's going to be pretty much easy. And if you guys haven't seen me do a video like this before, go check it out. I do have some videos on my channel that I've done this in the past, where I show you how to exactly do this. I have copied over here. I came over here to the listing that we did over here for Merch by Amazon, right? I grabbed Finding Gardener Grandma Tomato Farm. Okay. I grabbed that and I just put it in here. Now let's take this out real fast. So it says use 4 to 8 words to describe your work, right? So boom. Okay, we put in there, we'll put 5 words into there. Okay, now the tags, what I like to do is I will come over here and do a search. So let's go back over here. What I just did, I just typed in gardening grandma, right? Or grandma garden, I'm sorry. Let me exit this out. And I'm trying looking for like a design that's kind of like similar to ours in a way, and it's like targeting the same audience. If you come down here, related searches, okay, it's gonna give us some information down here too as well. Okay, so let's say if you just do like I just did the search of grandma garden, right? Obviously it says related searches. You're gonna see like these popping up right here, and just showing you like, you know, tags that you can use pretty much over here, right? And separate them by commas. So if I come over here, I'm going to find the shirt that I clicked on. The first one I clicked on, I believe it was this one. So I'm going to come down. This is going to tell you a story too, by the way, guys. So if I come down here, You can see like similar products by this other seller, and then if I go down, it has similar designs by other artists. This is pretty powerful too, as far as like research and stuff. You can see these are different artists. Come down here, and then if you come over here to all product tags, okay, gardening, grandma, garden, gardening, gardener, grandma, grandma's cute, flower, flowers, floral. Okay, similar to what we're just gonna pretty much get the idea, and we just wanted to make sure it makes sense with our niche, right? So we can do funny grandma tomato separated by a comma, it says too, remember that, comma. And then as I come over here, you're gonna see, so just garden, okay. And then you don't want to like spam it. I know like it was a big problem over here on Redbubble that with spamming the tags, people are trying to mess with the algorithm, right? And that's a big no. Oh, that's a big no-no. Okay, you do not want to spam anything when it comes to any of these online selling platforms. They're giving us the opportunity to sell on the platform, and you're gonna come over here and spam it. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, it's not cool. So just try to play within the rules and, you know, describe your design as best as possible. You know, some keywords may work better than others, you know, as you're doing stuff, but don't try to trick the algorithm to get your design out there. Okay, don't do that. It's how you get your account suspended and stuff like that. It's gonna say right here, it's gonna give you some information. It says use around 15 tags, right? Tags are how your audience finds your work. So use around 15 tags. You can use it. You don't have to, like, don't mislead with your artwork. Okay, if you can get, you know, 8 to 15 in there, if you can't get that many in there, then, you know, you can just do it exactly how I just did it right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 6. Can I grab some more and throw them in there? Probably, right? But also I don't want to be misleading in any way either. So yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that right there. I can just come over here and just get the bullet points, right? Just copy and paste. All right, boom, it's done. Okay, cool thing too about over here, so if I press, let's say I don't want it on this product, I can just disable it, you know. So, and just leave it like that. If I don't want it on that product, I don't have to have it on that product. Another cool thing that's awesome, you know, you can adjust the design size. You know, you can place it more in the middle, up, whatever the heck you want to do with it, right? It's all up to you. And you can make, you know, this is really cool. I wish merch by Amazon had this, but they don't. So that's a really cool thing that you can do. And then just change different colors and stuff like that to see how it looks, you know. And then you push the apply changes, and then you can see as you go down here, you're going to see the designs are a little bit messed up on other products. So what you're going to do is kind of just, you can center it a little better and scale it out. You don't want to scale it out too much. That looks really good. That seems pretty good right there. And then you can just do like different patterns too. If you want to mess with it a little bit more, you see how I did that? Just make it a little bit smaller. Let's see if I want to make it see. That's really cool. You can do, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that you can do inside these tools. And basically what I would do is just, if it makes sense with the design, looks cool, and you think it fits, and you can just, you know, you can do a pattern or whatever it is, right? And then I would come in here and pretty much edit all these to the correct size. If I don't want them on that product, I'll disable it. And you'll be amazed by some of the products that you sell on here. Like, you'll sell clocks, okay? So make sure it looks good on a clock. Like, you'll sell a clock. It all depends. Like, it's weird. Sometimes you sell the weirdest things. I'm like, dude, who's buying this? Who's buying this? So you just make sure the designs look good on all products, okay? And don't, like I said, don't be misleading. You just do all this stuff, put all the stuff in there, all information, be honest as possible. And the products that you don't want to list on there, if they don't look good on there, remember, a t-shirt design, sometimes a t-shirt design doesn't look good on a duffel bag, okay, on a backpack or whatever it is, right? And you just go ahead and disable it, okay? Same thing with the mask. It doesn't look good on the mask, you can just disable it. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Is this merch or content? No. Boom, agree, save work, and then you're done. All right, so very, very awesome platform to get designs up on over here too as well. Redbubble's just an awesome opportunity of making consistent sales over here as well. And you guys can see the power and all the information I'm sharing with you guys. It's just tremendous. if you just take and apply this to every single niche that you're doing or researching, and take this same example that I shared with you guys and just apply it to your niche, it's very, very powerful. And always check for trademarks, all that stuff. Little things slip by sometimes. I understand there's certain things, certain sayings that you never even thought were trademarked, and then you go to upload it and you get a rejection because you forgot to, after you spent 1 hour with your listing, 2 hours on your design, and then you forget to check for trademarks. All right, I get it, I understand. So make sure you're just double checking. You have your own process, your own system in your place for yourself. Check out my next video up here.